So I'm a Spider, so what? Is one of those unique anime that has really just kind of carved out its piece of the isekai genre. Yes, it is an isekai anime, and we all know exactly what isekai anime is. It's person A dropped in world B, and now you redo your life, but so I'm a Spider, so what kind of flips it over on its head just a little bit. And when you're originally thinking about the actual anime itself, and when you're thinking about the story, you don't actually think that they're actually flipping it on its head exactly. You just think it's just another isekai anime doing something a little different by focusing on a spider, much like how Slime focused on being a slime. But in all actuality, it actually does something a little bit different than what other isekai anime do. And the most current episode number 8, the episode we're talking about today, does just that in continuance, along with what the past episodes have done. So let's talk a little bit about this episode today and why this is slowly becoming one of my favorite isekai anime, and definitely one that I'm sure is your guys' favorite, or will build to be your guys' favorite as well. So with last episode being episode number 7, we focused a lot on the human kind of characters inside of the anime. And one of the things that this anime does that a lot different than kind of what the light novel did or what the manga did is it's focusing a lot on the human characters as opposed to just our favorite neighborhood spider, and that's actually a really good plus. So last episode we focused a lot on Hugo and kind of him being a little bit kind of demented, going evil and taking over the world, much like maybe a lot of us would if we were isekai in some kind of world with a bunch of like superpowers. Well, it ended with him basically getting nerfed 9 ways to Sunday by his teacher, and that's kind of where we left off on the episode. But towards the end, he ends up meeting a prior classmate who basically is like a demon lord, saying that they will help him kind of do what he wanted, get revenge and potentially conquer the world, of course at a price. And we never learn exactly who that prior classmate was. Well, now we're into episode 8, where we are today, and episode 8 refocuses on the human characters inside of the anime again, and it's focusing a lot on Yamada, because Yamada is actually kind of like the main character of all the human characters. He's the prince now, but he's kind of like the centerpiece of all the human characters inside of the anime. And Yamada is really thinking back to the time, he's talking with his classmates, with his friends, his classmates, and his teacher about how Hugo used to be and how he wasn't kind of like he is now today. And this leads them to having like a flashback with inside of this episode. He has a flashback thinking about how Hugo was, and also thinking about the relationships he had with all the rest of his classmates, starting to reminisce and think about like, where are they? How are they? Where are they? And they start going down the list of all of the different classmates that he has. And he's like, they're grilling the teacher because the teacher has basically locked down where all of the different characters are, or the prior classmates and friends are. And they're grilling the teacher about where a lot of them are. But regardless, during the flashback, we find out more about Hugo. We find out more about Yamada and the friendships that he had with his friends. We're able to see kind of the interactions that he has. He even interacted with our favorite spider, which is Wakaba. And during that, he actually was able to kind of like save her from a bullying interaction that she has. So we know that our spider does not like him. She probably does like him because he was able to save her. And then he has a interaction with a very interesting character, and I kind of want to hear you guys in the comments down below who you think this character is. But they introduced the character as Nagashi, and the nickname for her, as the students called her, was Spooky. And they have this interaction, and she's just a very off-putting character. And Yamada goes and ask about her, and the teacher says that she just can't say. She can't say where Nagashi is. I'm throwing this out there in the world, my personal thing is I think that person is one of the 4 characters that they know where they're at, but they just can't really say what they're doing. I think it's probably like, demon lore or something of that nature. The spooky person could even be the demon lord that our friend Hugo met at the end of last episode. This is just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But they focus a lot about that. And then ultimately, they ask a question at the end. They're like, yo, where's this person? Where's this person? And then they finally ask, where's 𝐜𝐴ℴ? And that's kind of where the episode kind of leaves off on the human interaction piece of it, which we'll talk about in a second. Then, after that whole, scene, we transition over into our favorite spider. And I really love the balance that this anime has between fleshing out and building out our human characters, making us care about them outside of just 𝐜𝐴ℴ, which is our favorite spider that we have. But regardless, I really love that they do that. But regardless, we swap over to the spider side of things, and she's beginning to figure out magic for the first time. So she's able to figure out magic, and she's seeing that she has a bunch of the different skills to where she can produce magic, like abyss magic, which one of the things was like 𝐜𝐴𝐴ₗ, which I was like, oh, that's the coolest thing ever. And she has what's called parallel minds, as you guys have been watching the episodes along with us, and they have she has parallel minds, which she's able to kind of divvy out her mind and have conversations with herself, like, you control my body, you control my thought process, now you control my magic. And she's walking us through on how she figured out how to use magic. Well, come to find that they have something called she's calling it Miss Wisdom, and Miss Wisdom is essentially the voice that they hear when they level up, when they learn new skills and stuff like that. But she's able to access a piece of Miss Wisdom to start and figure out that, like, hey, I can actually figure out how to use magic, and by tapping into Miss Wisdom, it's telling me, okay, I need X, I need Y, I need Z. These are the things that I need to be able to do magic, and I've done them already, but she's explaining it to herself, her other parallel minds, and it shows us that she's able to begin to learn and how to do magic. Well, right before she gets to try out her magic, we also learn that, last episode that, there's an administrator, there's somebody controlling, because last episode she was like, hey, what if I learned this? What if I learned that? And suddenly she got this skill because obviously the administrator, whoever's controlling or manipulating the world, is probably having a lot of fun with it. So they gave her moves, they gave her skills, right? So she's like, I don't care about that, existing. If an administrator exists, I don't care. I'm going to live my best life. And then fast forward to where I'm finishing off now is, okay, so she's about to use magic. Well, now she's being tested. She tries out the abyss magic. It doesn't work. She unlocks that other parallel mind piece, which is the magic parallel mind, which is now her third parallel mind. And that mind is able to use magic. Well, she gets to put it quickly in use, and she has a battle with this crazy fire dragon, which is at half health. It has over like almost 4,000 HP. And the dragon comes out of like this volcanic kind of like area, and its body's like half gone. It's crazy. And that begins the battle to where like it's do or die. She now has to use her magic to be able to kind of overcome this, and she quickly begins to put it all together using her parallel minds. Her parallel minds level up. She actually gains a fourth parallel mind, but she says, shut up, because I need to live right now. She summons a huge magical poison ball. The dragon yeets it because it knows it's about to die, and then we kind of end that interaction with her as the fight goes on. The dragon's about to just annihilate her with fire, which leads me back to the human part of it that was in the episode, to where the human, Yamada's asking, hey, what happened to 𝐜𝐴ℴ? And then the elf teacher, is she's dead, and that's where we end the episode. It's like, yo, did our girl die? Obviously, nah. The anime is based around her. Even though, she might appear dead, maybe a piece of her died in that moment. Obviously, she's not going to be dead because the whole anime's, around this spider. But, it says that she's dead, and that's where we left off. So, like, can we assume that in that instance, that our spider died? That she lost the battle. And remember, she's died before, but she's able to use perseverance to sacrifice MP to come back to life, essentially. Kind of cheating the game. So that's where it ends off. And honestly, like, again, like I was saying at the beginning at the top of the review, like, this is slowly becoming one of the best isekai. And what's crazy about the winter anime seasons, we already have jobless reincarnation this season, which is another one of the best anime that I've seen in a really long time. I'm gonna pin it right here in the cards. Go check out our latest review for the last episode. You guys need to go watch that. But with this and jobless reincarnation, I feel like we're getting reinvigorated. We're getting a new life breathed into the isekai genre, and I'm here for it. I love the isekai genre. But now I want to know what you guys thought. What do you guys think about the episode? Let me know down in the comments below. Shout out what you think happened to our favorite spider. Is she dead? Is she alive? Tell me what you guys think next. What are your theories? Of course, no spoilers if you've read the light novel and stuff like that. But let me know down in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys on the next video, guys. Also, click on the videos right now. YouTube says it's best for you. Peace.